in credit. So we're going to talk about first just what credit is and how it works. We're going to talk about how your credit score is formulated or created. And then lastly, at the very end, we're going to talk about a great foundation to set and have for yourself for your best credit worthiness. So we're going to talk about those three. And first, we will start with just like what credit is and how it works. So credit is going to be a summary of how well you've taken care of your accounts. And then when you go to apply for any extension of credit, that's going to show the lender whether they should offer to you or not, whether you're a high risk or a low risk, and then at what terms they should offer that to you. So that is important. While you should make sure that you are monitoring or keeping up with your credit monthly. You should know what is being reported, how it's being reported, and if anything that you don't recognize is being reported as well, because that's all factored in and that's all affecting your credit report. So you should definitely know what your credit profile is. So when we talk about credit, we mention the whole credit profile as a whole. So that's going to be what's on your credit report and also what's your credit score, because those two work together to create your credit profile. And that's going to be your financial responsibility snapshot or summary of, again, how you have taken care of your accounts. You can't have one without the other, which means you can't have a good credit score without having a good credit report or profile, a foundation, which we'll talk about on the third point. And you can't have vice versa. So you definitely need to have both of them because they work together to create one. So the credit score pie chart, and I didn't get to add that into the comments, but I'll add it in after we're finished so you're able to see it has 5 different categories. And the first one is 35%, and that's going to be your payment history. And then your utilization or your credit cards, debt, and available credit is going to be 30%. And then you're going to have how long you've had credit. So that's going to be your credit age. That's going to be 15% of your score. What types of credit you have. So they just want to see a diversity here. They want to be able to see that you can handle different types of accounts and the way that they need to be taken care of and paid every month. And then the frequency of credit applications, which is also known as your credit inquiries. Like how many times are you applying for an extension of credit? Are you applying often? Are you applying to the same places? Are you getting denied and you're continually to apply? So all that's going to be factored in, and that's going to create, again, your profile and your score, but also to show what type of risk you may be to a lender. So we're going to talk about those 5 different categories. That's going to make up your score. So that's going to equal all together what you're going to have available. That's going to be 555 possible points. So for every category, you're just going to take 550, and then you're going to find the percentage of each one. Your payment history, which is 35%, is going to be the highest. So that's at 192.5. That's going to be the potential points that you can have. So that means once you open accounts that you are actually needing to make your payments on time. This is going to be your largest amount, your largest percentage. So if you're not making your payments on time, not getting late payment charges or anything, but if you're actually 30 days late, that this is where your payment history is going to be affected every single month. And depending on what you're applying for, could show it being affected for the year, because some lenders do look at it for a year or 2 years running. Debt and available credit. This is also known as your credit utilization. This is one that you probably have heard me talk about a lot because it's so important. It's the second largest in your credit pie chart, but also is going to be the one that you can manipulate or you can control every single month, because this is going to be your credit card. There is no alternative to this one. You have to have a credit card. So anyone that I talk to, I ask this question: if they have an active one that they're using effectively, and actively and effectively are the key words. If you don't have one that you can currently use, then it's not active. And if you don't have one that you're effectively using, that you're using correctly, that you're optimizing your credit by having one and by using it right, then you won't be able to get this category to the best of your ability. If you don't have a credit card, then you are forfeiting 30 of the 550 points, which comes to 165. 165 possible points every single month you're giving away. So let's talk about that really quick. Where is your score at now? Or what's kind of your average score? Okay, so for instance, if you said it was like a 500 or a 550, look what 165 points could do for you. If it was at a 500, you could be at a potentially 665. If you got one, you were utilizing it correctly, and you let the first 30 days pass where you can get a reporting. 30 to 60 days, you'll definitely be able to see a change. So again, if you don't have one, you're just forfeiting. You're giving all those points away every single month, and you're never going to be where you need to be because you don't have a credit card. So if you've had any bad experiences in the past, or you've heard someone that has had one, do not let that stop you from getting a credit card. You just need a lower one. If you just got a $200 one, that still is going to be a credit card, and it can still do the same things for you as having a $20,000 credit card. The only difference is how you're handling that amount every single month. But they're going to see that you're handling that $200 well, you know how to use it, and they're probably going to be a little impressed that you know how to use it quite well, because they're going to tell you, most lenders, keep it under 30%. We're going to tell you at 1000 Care with the 1000 Royalty Group that you need to keep it between 1 to 3% every single month. And there is a reason for that. It's because you get to keep as many of those 165 possible points. Once your reporting utilization or percentage gets closer to 30 or over, you start losing points. So that's why we said 1 to 3 is great. Always aim no higher than 10%. Keep it under 10. Okay, the next category is going to be how long you've had your credit. So this one just takes time because it takes age. So if you don't have this 15%, it's going to build over time. As long as you have the accounts and you're doing your payment history and you have your credit card, then this next category for 15% on your age is going to just grow over time. Another way that you can grow this one as well is if you have someone that is trustworthy and that trusts you as well, that can have you as an authorized user on their accounts. This can be able to help with your diversity. It can actually help with all of your categories of your pie chart, but it's definitely going to help with your age. You're going to get the most benefit from their payments being on time, and if their utilization, if they're signing you on as far as a credit card, then you're going to be able to get that as well. And remember, those two, 35 and 30%, are going to be your largest ones. The next category is a smaller one, but it's what types of credit do you have? It still counts. So you need to, so that's going to be 55 points. The other one that's 15%, I believe, is 8250. So the next two will be 55 each because they're 10% out of the 550. That's going to be what type of credits do you have? So you're going to have to be able to have revolving ones. You need to make sure that you're having installment ones. You need different ones. You need a credit card. They want to be able to see that you can handle multiple accounts in different accounts. So you have a well-rounded score because they know that you can handle more than one thing. The next 10%, which is going to be another 55 points. And if we're adding all of these together, you would see that these would total 550 possible points. Is going to be how many times you're applying. So again, if you're applying for different things and at different places and you continue getting denied and you continue applying over and over, you're only hurting yourself. First of all, your score probably is lower and your credit profile isn't probably as strong as it needs to be. So you need to stop and you need to figure out what is causing this. So you should be getting results saying why they're not extending their credit to you every time. Sometimes it'll be codes, but they'll be able to let you know. And codes meaning it'll be banking and lending codes. So it may not just directly say something, or it may just tell you in a summary, so you'll need to know what that means. But for instance, if it's saying, any of these categories, you just lack and you don't have any, then that should be your first sign that stop applying for things and let me see about getting a long-term installment loan. Let me see about getting a short one. Let me see about getting a credit card. Let me make sure that I'm making my payments on time. Like for the next 12 months, I'm gonna make sure all my payments are paid on time. So those are going to be the things that's going to be affecting you and that the lender is going to see and want to have some clarification on and or just deny you for extension altogether. So we went over the 5 different sections of your credit pie chart, and I will add that into the comments after as well because I don't want to throw us off for any reason. I'm also going to put in our credit readiness check form that I have. You can click on that, enter your information. We will get some information out to you so that way you know where you are and what to start with and where to begin if you're on your credit journey, or if you're on a journey for a large purchase, or you want to be able to do something with your credit in the future and you're not really sure. You should be starting with this credit readiness check form that we're going to put in the comment as well. And that comes directly to us, so we'll communicate back out to you as well. So the next thing is going to be how credit works. We talked about how it's created as well. So that was number 2. That was the pie chart. So our last one is going to talk about what you need as far as what as a foundation. So you have to start somewhere and it needs to be strong. So if you're building credit or rebuilding credit, then you need to be starting with the same foundation. You need to make sure that your foundation is strong and then build from there. So you definitely make sure that you need at least one long-term installment loan that's going to be 24 months or longer. So this could be like an auto payment, a personal loan, student loan, anything that you're actually paying longer than 24 months. And just pay according to your terms. Make sure your payments are on time. And then this is going to be helping with all the other 4 categories as well. And credit increase is going to be helping you because you're just paying what you already have from this account. You're not creating anything else. And I'll give you a few tips and ways that you can be able to do this without just going out and getting a lot of credit increase as well. The next one is going to be you need to have one short-term installment loan. So this is going to be an account that's 24 months or less. And on this one, it's very important that you pay it out every single month and just let it ride out. Do not think of it as, oh, it's a short one. Oh, I came into some extra funds for whatever reason. I'm going to go ahead and pay this off. Do not. You're not going to get all of your points and credit for this type of installment, this account, if you pay it off early. So if you got 24 months, just ride it out. Just pay it every single month. You know, and if you have the extra money, that's great. Put it into an account that you don't touch, a savings, and just pay out of that. Or better yet, move it to the credit card or the checking account that you're going to pay it from every single month. And then you're going to need to have at least one credit card. One credit card definitely will get you started. After time, we recommend that you have a total of at least 3, because 3 is going to be able to help to boost your credit profile and your score, but also is going to just be able to help you with different methods that you can use to be able to get more points and be across the board. And that's going to be helpful as well. Again, if you're looking at making a large purchase at some time. So if you're trying to do a vehicle, a vehicle or something for a business, if you're wanting to do a home buying process, if maybe you wanted to look at maybe a loan or something for your students, your child's student education, college, or anything else, having these in place is definitely going to help you. And then you should be teaching this to them as well. So make sure that you get that out to them. And we are working on a student one that I'm taking from another credit class that we've taught. And so we can get that sent to you as well. So comment, text us, let us know, and we can get that out to you as well, that you can be able to share with your student or your child or even family members as well. So knowing your financial position and how the lending banking works is key. How the lending banking system works, we've just talked about some of it. We talked about the main important parts of creating a great foundation, how to understand your credit score in the pie chart, and how every category is important and how you should take care of it, and then how credit works and what credit is. So they're just looking at this to see what type of risk that you are. So again, this can start out easy for you. Just click into the comments, get on the credit readiness check form that we have there, send your information to us. And this is just asking you a few questions like, do you know what your credit is? Do you look at your credit often? So just simple questions like that, so we know where you are. So this is just the first beginning step, but it's a huge step, and it is great in being able to assist you in knowing where you are. So I hope that was helpful. If credit has been a challenge for you, or you're just kind of thinking that my credit is bad, have you looked at your credit? Like, do you know what's on your credit? Because I hear a lot of people say, I don't think my credit is that good. Where are you getting that from? Like, why do you feel that way? Did you recently apply for something? Did you get denied? Any of those things. So we need to be able to know why you're feeling that way or why you believe that, so we can be able to assist you as well. So this will definitely get you started. I was going to tell you a few tips on how to not get hard inquiry. So if you're applying for any of these things, like a long-term installment, a short-term, or a credit card, you can do some credit builders. And if you're interested in that, let me know. I can get you some information. But these are going to be self-pulled, which means you're going to be doing an inquiry, but it's going to be a self-inquiry. So it won't count against you as a hard inquiry. And you're just essentially going to have these in place. And you're going to be paying a company, the credit building company, an amount every single month. That's going to be a low amount, but it's going to be helping to build your credit. They're going to be doing a reporting of this amount for the 24 months or longer, your amount that you've signed up for, and then they are just going to show that you're making your payments every single month, and that's going to be helping you with three of the categories out of the 5. And then your credit card, you could do a secure credit card, and if you do one through Credit Builders where you're doing a self inquiry as well, and it's not doing a hard inquiry, then you can save yourself from an inquiry on that one as well. And you are just putting your $200 minimally down, and then you are just using that every month. You don't have to use all of it, but if you want to, you can use it every month, and you can go back and pay it off, pay it down, and then rinse and repeat every single month, because that $200 there is for you to utilize as long as you can pay it back. So if you have any type of income coming in, you can definitely have a credit card, because you can rinse and repeat every single month. Or just maybe set up a few subscriptions, or just put gas or something small that you need on there, and then just keep it paid down. This is going to help you tremendously if you can definitely get the credit card. And we have some credit builders for the credit card as well. So if you want to get that from us, that will definitely help you. They are a third-party source. 1 or 2 are a partner with us, but it's not our company directly. It is a partner of ours. And then just know, some secure credit cards, depending on who you go through, you may get a hard credit hit. Most of the time you're losing like 1 to 5 points. So it's not that huge of a deal, because credit fluctuates. It's just like up and down all the time, even sometimes several times throughout the month. So you are going to be getting some increase at first if you're not going through these credit builder programs and offers, and that's fine, because the main thing is to get your account built up. And then over time, you'll be able to level out, start taking care of these accounts well, building a great credit profile and foundation, and then you'll be able to move forward and take care of what you need. And then knowing probably sometime out of the year or so after you finished everything, that you're not applying for credit all of the time. You need to be planning for your credit purchases at that point. Like, when am I wanting to do this? And not just waking up and like, oh, I think I just want to go out and see if I can get a new car. That should be something planned, not just a sporadic moment or a thought that you're just kind of thinking of. So We definitely help with all of that as well. And then we have a great thing in place to be able to help you to optimize your credit through your credit card. So once you get your credit card, we can be able to show you how to effectively use it, from payment dates to when it should be reporting, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, when you should let it report, and then when you should be even looking at your credit report to be able to see that it has helped you. So all those things, we have it in place for you, and we are here to help.